Okay. Three, two, one. Hi, this is Will Morgan from a few shots to shaman.blogspot.com. This is, I believe, the 4th of April 2013, 4413. Just another sync diary that I'm doing. I'm going to try to do it as quick as possible. But to set it up a little bit, I'm going to go and return to some stuff that, instead of kind of experimenting and watching and filming at the same time, I'm going to try to do a thread that I already know involving Rose McGowan. I did a study on Rose McGowan when I went down to Spooky Empire in Orlando, Florida in the October, sometime around Halloween last year in 2012. And to set it up and be more specific, this sync illustrates how you only get the sync thread if you pay attention to the individual actor and the movie. The actual thread has little to do with Rose in all actuality. But if I wasn't watching Rose McGowan videos in a row, I would have never seen this. Here, let me illustrate what I'm talking about. Okay, this is Conan the Barbarian, I think. Yeah, Conan the Barbarian, 2011. This is Conan and his little vixen-to-be. You can see her on this wheel, which is some different symbolism we won't get into. In this movie, however, you have Rose McGowan, who you can see right there. She plays this witch who is set on resurrecting her mother, which is very important because Rose McGowan always deals with skulls a lot, which I'll go into a little bit here just to eat up some time, but she also deals with resurrection an awful lot.
What the hell are you doing here? If you came here to accuse him of something, I want to know exactly what it is you think he did.
Look, I know you think you're protecting him.
He's my son. Of course I'm going to protect him.
Look around. I mean, a house of this size, he could sneak out at night and you wouldn't even hear anything.
That hasn't happened in a long time, Ms. Blake. Come on.
Okay, this is the Doom Generation, 1995. The very first thing they say is, "Welcome to Hell." And then you see Rose McGowan. Okay, so she has a lot of skulls that follow her around in this movie. She's got a skull ring. She's always looking for a lighter that has a skull on it.
What you looking for?
My skull lighter. I swear if it's missing, I'll slit my wrists.
Ooh, now that would be a great loss to the human race.
Sit and spin.
Want to go to heaven?
There's a skull and Jesus. This is inside the car. The guy asked her, "Do you want to go to heaven?" They're in hell, the nightclub. Then they go to heaven, which is a car. Cars, of course, I've highlighted in my other video about Rose McGowan called Jesus Babies. You can also find it on the YouTube channel. Okay, we're returning to Conan. I want you to pay attention to all the wheels everywhere. There's one in the corner. There's one, they're everywhere. And then this is Conan's mother, who lays down on this broken wheel to have him. And remember, we just saw that wheel a second ago at the end of Conan as Rose McGowan goes into Skull Mountain, or the Skull Cave. This is Hellboy, Ron Perlman, and it strengthens the connotation of Rose McGowan in hell. So This is Ron Perlman teaching his son Conan, how to forge a blade. We got more gears and wheels and so forth. But even though this directly has nothing to do with Rose McGowan,
The sword we make will be yours one day.
I couldn't help but think that this scene was somehow important.
Before you wield it, you must understand it. What's most important when forging a blade? Fire or ice?
Fire. Ice?
Are you certain? Fire and ice. Together. This is the mystery of steel.
Okay, that was of the utmost importance. Of course, there's something that has to do with the heat becoming a stasis steel and preservation. However, picking up on the importance of that fire and ice, which comes up, it doesn't come up again in the entire movie. But when I sat down to watch The Black Dahlia, which also has Rose McGowan, this is what I discovered.
Keep in mind the examples of Mr. Fire and Mr. Ice vote yes on Proposition B. What do you think?
Okay, you hear that?
Subtle.
Prop B's a loser right
Yeah,
now.
it's real subtle.
Drum up some publicity, we can get it passed in next month's election.
Yes, sir.
Fire and Ice.
10 rounds, Academy Gym, 3 weeks from now before the election, all gate to charity. After that, we bring back the boxing team.
What do you say, Bucky? You win?
The gym was packed to the rafters.
Okay, so this is Mr. Fire and Mr. Ice duking it out.
I already knew it was in us.
Therefore, we have created a special unit, which will include a number of highly trained officers, including Detective Russell Millard, our very own Mr. Fire, and his partner, Mr. Ice.
Fucking lied.
Do you know the names of any of our boyfriends?
Looking like Cleopatra. I know there's this whole thing about maybe Cleopatra's Jesus's mom and so forth and so on, but
I do.
I don't even want to unpack that.
Her and Lorna.
What?
He was wearing a man.
Your driver, sir.
Yeah, I gotta go.
We're not done yet.
Well, then how about you rest me? Because the truck don't wait.
Why don't we take a look inside Lorna's bag and then maybe you can go?
However, it wasn't until Death Proof noticed the skull again. So here's Rose directly with another skeleton. Just the impact comes when you see this. Icy hot. This is Kurt Russell. And this is Kurt Russell in front of Rose McGowan. With an icy hot jacket. Nutty. Now there's all kinds of connotations here between Russell and Stargates and Fire and Ice and Heaven and Hell. And then there's other individuals involved like Conan and his relationship to pyramids and ice. Conan the Barbarian. And also like people like Iceman Val Kilmer. But we don't have time for that. I hope you've enjoyed this and have a wonderful evening.
Out the corner of my eye, I saw a pretty little thing approaching me. She said, I never seen a man who...
So people, when I'm boning them, can say, I got Jesus inside me.